I've done a song with 50 Cent and Eminem where I rap on it not that long ago, and if you were to go back into my school when I was 9 and discovered Eminem for the first time, and you went in and you were like, which one of these kids is going to be on a song with 50 Cent and Eminem rapping in 15 years time, no one would have picked me. I was like this tall, big glasses, had a stutter, and ginger hair, just not a cool kid at all.
All right, all good for you?
We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too, I'm in love with your body.
Subtract is an album about grief, fear, depression, anxiety, but hope. I think that's the best way to describe it, and I think it's a mood. All of my albums before, you have Shape of You sitting next to Perfect. It kind of goes from here to here, and this genre to this, to this, this. Whereas Subtract is just one mood. You put it on and you're in the world, and when it ends, you're out of the world.
Is it darker than the previous ones?
Yeah, I think just from where I'm at in life, it's more adult, I made Plus I wrote Plus when I was 17, 18. It's a teenage love album, and I made Subtract when I was 31 and dealing with depression and grief and loss and fear. So yeah, they're definitely more adult themes. I wouldn't say that it's darker, it's just what adults live.
Does this album reflect in any way a part of your life?
Yeah, I think every single album that I've done reflects where I am at that point, and I think I can't not sing songs that are about my life or write songs about my life, because then I can't relate to them. I have to feel something to sing it, basically.
Could you say that music is a therapy for you?
Yeah, I think music is a therapy for everyone. I think writing music is more of a therapy for me, because you get to put down thoughts and words that you wouldn't necessarily be able to say out loud. Like, if you put a melody to something, you can sing, the darkest thing on your mind, and it will sound beautiful.
So do you think that people have to undergo some things to be able to write about them?
Yeah, I don't think any great album was made at a happy point in someone's life. I do believe that. I think that all of the great records are made from some form of tension in artists' lives.
Did the conception of this project help you with your grief? I'm thinking about the loss of one of your best friends, of course. Did it help in processing how hard can life be sometimes?
I don't actually think any of this has helped me process it, because it just brings it all back up again. So I'll tell you in a couple of years, once this is over. It's definitely good to talk about. It's helped me open up to friends and to family, and help friends and family who've gone through similar things open up to me. So I do think it's a positive thing, but I don't know whether it's helped yet.
So would you say that 2022 was kind of a tough year for you in any way?
It's weird looking back at 2022, because yes, elements of it were really difficult, but also like our second daughter was born and I went on tour and made a record, and there's positives in everything, but I think this is just adult life for everyone. No year in someone's life is going to be perfect or bad all year. There'll be light and shade in everyone's year. This is like the main thing from living all of this stuff, is realizing that everyone is going through exactly the same thing.
You open up quite easily about mental health, about the things you went through. Does it cost you as an artist to show your vulnerabilities?
Yeah, I think being open, I wasn't really open before. I would write songs every now and then and people would kind of guess, but I'd never really admitted anything. I think it was mostly going to actual therapy and having to be open about it and talking about it and actually feeling better, and then talking to mates and opening up to them and feeling better. So I feel like the whole process of being open has made me in some way feel less isolated, because I feel like if you go on the line and go, I'm feeling this, you can either be like embarrassed about it or feel that someone's going to relate to you. And I've had emails from all sorts of people that I've known throughout life that have told me stories that I never knew had happened to them since opening up. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good to be open and know what's going on in people's lives. Because as I said, you just don't know. You can be having a conversation with a friend and they might be going through the worst day or worst week of their life. And if you're like, how are you? And they go, yeah, I'm fine. Like, you don't know what's underneath it. So it's helped me see that everyone's going through the same thing.
Did you ever feel like, I'm a pop star, I don't have the right to complain?
Yeah, I think that there's a certain thing from, I'm a super privileged man living in the world. When I have things that happen in my life, I kind of keep them to myself. It's not something that anyone really wants to hear, but you know, there are certain things that we can all relate to. Being successful and wealthy doesn't mean you can bring back a friend that's died, or, you know, cure this, or no one wants to hear a pop star complain, but I think everyone wants to hear artists be open about how they feel about stuff, I think, because otherwise no one would buy music.
And about your best friend, did it cost you to talk about this grief?
I've shed a lot of tears for Jamal, so now I'm at a point where you can kind of talk about it without crying, but it's still like, I don't know, it's just a shame, innit?
Does Subtract conclude a certain chapter of your life?
Weirdly no. I feel like I'd made an album that I thought was Subtract before Subtract, so until that comes out, I don't feel like the Mathematics series is actually complete. Although you've got plus, multiply, divide equals subtract, I feel like I'll have to put out this one that was going to be Subtract for it to be like, okay, now I can move on. In
your Disney documentary, at one point, you say that someone once told about you, that guy does not become a pop star, but that guy has become a pop star. What would you say to those who did not believe in you at first? I've done a song with 50 Cent and Eminem where I rap on it, not that long ago, and if you look at that now, it's sort of normal because I've been a pop star for however long. But if you were to go back into my school when I was 9 and, you know, discovered Eminem for the first time, and you went in and you were like, which one of these kids is going to be on a song with 50 Cent and Eminem rapping in 15 years time, no one would have picked me. I was like this tall, big glasses, had a stutter, and ginger hair, just not a cool kid at all. So my point is that if you feel like you're a like misfit kids that isn't cool, it worked out for me, so it can work out for you too. I was at your concert yesterday. Did you enjoy it? Of course I did. My question is, how do you manage to make your concert so intimate, so special, even when there are 20,000 people in there? I think that over time, the more music that I've released, you earn the right sometimes to ask for people to listen. I've had 13 years of hit singles, so you can sort of front end a show with big songs that people like, and then if you put in something like Boat or Eyes Closed, just dancing with my eyes closed, and go, this is from the new record and this really matters to me, then people have they feel connected to you because we've all had the moments at the beginning where we're all having fun. And I started gigging age 15, I'm 32 now, so 17 years of learning how to work a crowd, I guess. Thank you, Ed. Thank you.